Vegeta's character development in Dragon Ball Volumes 1 to 42 is one of the most remarkable arcs in the series. He begins as a ruthless, self-serving Saiyan prince and evolves into a more complex, layered character. His development occurs through several key events that reshape his motivations and personality. Each phase of his journey is defined by significant moments that gradually transform him from an antagonist into a complex anti-hero, and ultimately, a reluctant protector. We first encounter Vegeta in Volume 17. Vegeta first appears as a proud and ruthless Saiyan prince, far more powerful and cruel than any enemy the Z-Fighters had previously encountered. He has no moral compass beyond his own ambition and his Saiyan pride. Raised under the tyrannical rule of Frieza, Vegeta believes that his only value lies in his power and ability to conquer. His ultimate goal is to gather the Dragon Balls to wish for immortality, believing that this will secure his position as the universe's strongest warrior and allow him to overthrow Frieza. During his initial battle on Earth, Vegeta's arrogance is on full display. He looks down on Goku and his friends, viewing them as weaklings. Goku, however, surprises him by not only matching his power, but surpassing it during their fight. Vegeta's frustration grows as Goku's earthly comrades, particularly Gohan, Krillin, and Yajirobe, thwart him. Despite his overwhelming power, Vegeta is pushed to the brink, relying on his Uzuru Great Ape transformation to maintain an advantage. When Vegeta is finally defeated by Goku and his allies, it marks the first major blow to his ego. Though he escapes with his life, his defeat plants the seed of a deep obsession with Goku's strength. This encounter sets up the long-standing rivalry between the two Saiyans, a dynamic that drives much of Vegeta's future development. After his defeat on Earth, Vegeta retreats, but is far from broken. His pride as the Saiyan prince is intact, though now tinged with shame and anger. This defeat becomes a critical point in Vegeta's character arc, as it shifts his motivation from seeking immortality and conquest to proving himself superior to Goku. His deep-seated rivalry with Goku, whom he now acknowledges as a threat, becomes a key part of his character. Goku, a low-class Saiyan, having achieved power that surpasses his own, is something Vegeta cannot accept. This humiliation drives him to seek more power and revenge, not just for his defeat, but to uphold his identity as the Saiyan prince. From this point onward, his goal isn't just about survival or dominance, but about being the best, specifically better than Goku. Vegeta's arrival on Namek is driven by his quest for the Dragon Balls to attain immortality, but he finds himself competing with even greater foes, Frieza and his elite warriors. On Namek, Vegeta begins to show more layers to his character. He's no longer just a one-dimensional villain. His fear of Frieza is made clear, as well as the immense burden of having served under Frieza's rule for most of his life. His hatred of Frieza is personal, tied to the destruction of his home planet and people. For the first time, readers see Vegeta as more than a brute. His motivations are shaped by past trauma and a desperate desire for both revenge and freedom from Frieza's tyranny. Vegeta's encounters with the Ginyu Force and his subsequent injuries force him into uneasy alliances with the Z-Fighters, specifically Gohan and Krillin. This period of forced cooperation marks a significant change in Vegeta's approach. Though still self-serving, he begins to recognize that he cannot achieve his goals alone. He becomes more tactical, showing a willingness to work with others when necessary. However, this cooperation is grudging and temporary, as Vegeta remains primarily focused on his goal of becoming the strongest. The most emotionally charged moment for Vegeta up to this point comes during the battle with Frieza. After realizing the massive gap in power between himself and Frieza, Vegeta's cockiness is shattered. His attempts to fight Frieza are futile, and for the first time, we see Vegeta's vulnerability laid bare. Frieza's domination triggers deep emotional scars within Vegeta, leading to his breakdown in front of Goku. In his dying moments, Vegeta sheds tears, a stark contrast to the cold, stoic warrior we first met. His speech to Goku is a pivotal moment for his character. Vegeta reveals his pain and suffering under Frieza's rule, pleading with Goku to avenge their fallen race. This is the first time Vegeta shows humility and acknowledges Goku's strength, even though he remains bitter about it. His death serves as a powerful moment of vulnerability and marks a turning point in Vegeta's evolution. His desire for revenge against Frieza, coupled with the recognition that he cannot defeat him alone, begins to reshape his priorities. After being resurrected following the defeat of Frieza, Vegeta stays on Earth. At this point, his character is in a transitional phase. His obsession with surpassing Goku drives him to train intensely. His pride remains a central aspect of his character, but his motivations begin to subtly shift as he builds a life on Earth. His relationship with Bulma develops, although initially it appears as though he remains emotionally detached. The birth of his son, Trunks, further complicates Vegeta's internal struggle. Though he never openly expresses affection, his actions, particularly later during the Android and Cell sagas, reveal that Vegeta is beginning to care for his new family, even if he does not fully understand or admit it. This period of Vegeta's life is marked by conflict. His Saiyan pride pushes him to continue seeking greater power, yet his growing attachment to Bulma and Trunks ties him more to Earth and its people. During the Cell saga, Vegeta's pride again leads him to make reckless decisions. When he reaches the form of Super Saiyan, he believes himself to have surpassed Goku and dismisses the threat of Cell. His arrogance leads him to allow Cell to absorb Android 18, resulting in Cell's transformation into his perfect form. Vegeta's belief in his superiority blinds him to the danger Cell poses, and he is easily defeated. However, one of the most important moments of this saga for Vegeta's character development comes after Cell severely injures Trunks. Upon seeing his son near death, Vegeta's facade of pride and detachment crumbles. In a fit of rage and despair, Vegeta attacks Cell with all his power, though it is futile. This outburst is the first time Vegeta openly shows care for his family, marking a significant step in his emotional growth. While he continues to struggle with balancing his pride and newfound responsibilities, this moment makes it clear that Vegeta has changed. His motivations are no longer purely selfish. Vegeta's ultimate test of character comes during the Majin Buu saga. Babidi's manipulation offers Vegeta an opportunity to regain the power he once had by releasing the evil within him. Vegeta willingly accepts, allowing himself to be transformed into Majin Vegeta, hoping to defeat Goku in their long-awaited rematch. This decision shows that Vegeta's pride and envy of Goku still linger, but it also highlights the internal conflict he faces. Vegeta's choice to embrace Babidi's magic is a regression of sorts, as he reverts to his earlier, more ruthless self. However, as the saga progresses, it becomes clear that Vegeta's internal transformation is more complex. After battling Goku, Vegeta confronts his true feelings. In a poignant moment of reflection, he admits his love for Bulma and Trunks, and his desire to protect them. In a dramatic act of redemption, Vegeta sacrifices himself in an attempt to destroy Majin Buu, fully aware that he may not succeed. His final act of selflessness contrasts sharply with the ruthless warrior we first met. In his death, Vegeta finally overcomes his pride, acknowledging that protecting his family and Earth is more important than his rivalry with Goku or his quest for power. Vegeta's character development throughout Dragon Ball Volumes 1 to 42 is a journey of transformation from villain to anti-hero, and finally, to reluctant protector. His evolution is marked by significant events: his defeat by Goku, his alliance with the Z-Fighters on Namek, his death at Frieza's hands, his relationship with Bulma, his love for Trunks, and his final sacrifice against Majin Buu. These moments reveal the gradual softening of his pride and the emergence of deeper motivations: loyalty, responsibility, and the willingness to protect those he cares about. Despite his continued rivalry with Goku, Vegeta evolves into a character driven by more than just personal ambition. He comes to embody the complexities of pride, redemption, and love, making him one of the most layered and compelling characters in Dragon Ball. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to wake up tomorrow, please like and subscribe.